What's going on, YouTube? It's Mike from the Hardcover Comic here. Today I wanted to peer into the future a little bit, just glance ahead into the year 2020 and try and decide on 5 series that I'm most excited about. These are new series that, haven't had an ongoing in a while, I guess you could say. Either way, these are series that I'm most looking forward to collecting and potentially binding in the near future. Of course, Matt and I looked at upcoming omnibuses and hardcovers in our first live stream. If you wanted to check that out, that was Late Night Comic Talk #1 with Matt and Mike. But this is going to be just, ongoing series, monthly floppy issue type comics. Now, please bear in mind with me, this is my top 5. It's very difficult to choose a top 5 based on, how many series are coming. Just between, I think December and February is where I looked. There are like 40 new comic series starting. So there is a lot to choose from, but I had to break it down to a top 5. First of which is Far Sector. So this is a DC Black Label series. It's also a Young Animal series that follows a Green Lantern character. It's written by N.K. Jemisin with artwork by Jamal Campbell. It follows this Green Lantern, Lantern Muline, I forgot, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but she's basically the first Green Lantern in this super far away sector that they don't even tell us a number. And basically, she's the only Green Lantern in this sector, and she's investigating the first murder that's happened there in centuries. We've had one issue as of this recording. It feels very separate from the DC universe. The artwork by Jamal Campbell is amazing, as I'm sure you guys can see in these pictures here. It's been an exciting start so far. The world's very dynamic. It's very different. The way the societies interact with each other is very exciting. And it basically takes place on the city Enduring. And that's what they call the city. The titles and the names of the characters are very interesting. But next up, we've got Exo Man of War. This is going to be the new ongoing series from Valiant. Coming in 2020, of course. We haven't had a single issue yet, but it's supposed to be starting soon. I think initially they had said November of 2019, and it's December. We haven't seen a single issue yet. But Exo Man of War, of course, this is going to be the third volume since the reboot, written by Dennis Hopeless Hallam with artwork by Emilio Laso. For now, of course, as you guys know, Valiant artists change. But I'm really looking forward to it. We haven't seen much of the series yet, but Exo Man of War is a great character. I love Venditti's run, loved Kint's run. Really looking forward to this one, and hopefully it stays ongoing for more than 12 issues. Next up, we've got John Constantine Hellblazer. This is under the Sandman Universe Presents, DC Black Label, DC Vertigo, a whole bunch of labels on this one. We've had one issue so far, not including the Sandman Presents issue, but it's a series that's going to be written by Simon Spurrier with artwork by Aaron Campbell. So far, I've been absolutely thrilled with the 2 issues we've had. Simon Spurrier is very slowly turning into one of my favorite writers, because he gives you so much content within a story, and it's such rich content. The characters, the interactions between the characters, the language that he sort of builds these worlds just even with the language that these characters use. Aaron Campbell's artwork is greatly reminiscent of the old Hellblazer series. Very exciting stuff. I highly recommend you check it out. Next up is Jonathan Hickman's Hickmen. Primarily his X-Men series. Of course, there are all the tie-ins, not tie-ins, the Dawn of X stuff, Marauders, Excalibur, New Mutants, all that jazz, X-Force. A whole slew of series has come out that has been pretty promising for the future of the X-Men compared to, some of the other recent series we've had. But what's great about the X-Men series in specifically is that for me it's been following Cyclops a lot so far in the first 3 issues that we've read, and I've never really minded Cyclops that much as a character and the idea behind the character, this leader, Boy Scout sort of goody two-shoes, but he's sort of been messed up and made kind of boring recently. But we've seen some great action so far with Lionel Francis Yu's artwork. I believe after issue 4, he stops being the artist and we start seeing other artists jump in. Um, we'll see what happens with that. But so far, I've really enjoyed it. Really looking forward to it. Getting to see all the characters interact in this world together. Getting introduced to new characters as Jonathan Hickman does. A new mythos within the mutant universe. Krakoa and Arako meeting up, and we're seeing these summoners now. We're seeing new enemies, new groups of enemies. It's been very exciting so far. In the X-Men, the main X-Men title itself has sort of felt a lot like the old Uncanny X-Men, and I've really enjoyed it so far. Character interactions, like I said, have been great. Next up is one of my Valiant books, another Valiant book for me. It's Rye. This is the new series coming to us after Fallen World, written by Dan Abnett, with artwork by Juan Jose Rip. For now, again, with Valiant, usually every 4 issues, the artists switch. I'm really looking forward to this. It started off really great, obviously coming off the tail of Fallen World. We see Rai and Rai Jin sort of adventuring together, and Rai's on a mission to get rid of the offspring of Father, so that there's no chance of him surviving again. And obviously Raijin's an offspring of Father, and Raijin's trying to figure out what it means to be a human, to be this cyborg as well. And we're sort of seeing them interact now on this fallen world after the events again of the 5-issue series. And the Rai ongoing series that had happened before. I hope this series continues. We see Momo again. I really hope they don't cap this off at 12 issues. I really hope Dan Abnett has a long game for this. There's only so many offspring, but so far it's been a lot of fun. Juan Jose Rip is always a good time. His artwork is always incredibly detailed. It's interesting to see how Rai has evolved as a character, especially with his fighting abilities and all that. But this is my most anticipated series of the year. There are some honorable mentions: Undiscovered Country by Charles Soule, Scott Snyder, and Cameron Coley. Of course, we've got Family Tree by Jeff Lemire and Phil Hester. There are so many great series coming and that have just started. And these, I'm only scratching the surface. Another honorable mention goes to Thor. This is the new Donny Cates series with artwork by Stuart Immonen, I believe. Should be very exciting. Always love Thor. Guardians of the Galaxy by Al Ewing and I believe it's Juan Cabal. Also very exciting. Al Ewing has been on fire with Immortal Hulk. Legion of Superheroes by Brian Michael Bendis and Ryan Sook. Might be worth checking out. And lastly, the last book I'll mention is a Suicide Squad by Tom Taylor, and I forget which artist is on it now. Damn. But there are a lot of series coming out in 2020. It's tough to figure out what to get, why you want it, all that stuff. What's going to get a hardcover someday? I don't know anymore. I'm tired of guessing. But I'm really looking forward to those 5 series. There are a lot more. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to. What's your most anticipated series of the year? What are your top 5 most anticipated series of next year? Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. This was Mike from the Hardcover Comic. Thanks again. And until next time, you stay classy, Internet.